My name is Thomas Fredholm. I'm sitting here together with VintageandRare at the Great Scandinavian Guitar Show in Stockholm. So I brought this one L00 and it's a mahogany. It's a mahogany, Honduran mahogany back and sides. The neck is Honduran mahogany, quite old actually, some 25 old years. The top is actually an old German spruce from the 1960s. Fretboard is ebony, the headstock is ebony, but it's kind of that ebony from Cameroon, so it's got a lot of color in it and stuff. I think it's beautiful. I always had this thing for the Gibson look. It's really something I always liked, so I'm trying to build in a bit of a Martin sound into a Gibson.
So you made kind of a new headstock that is a little bit different from what we usually see from your guitars.
It's slightly different, and it's actually very much influenced by the old Gibsons from the 30s. I think it's very stylish actually, the old Gibson headstocks, and I put my name on it, and it's kind of like an homage to the old Gibson somehow. This guitar in particular has got a slightly different scale. It's got a 25.4 scale, which is pretty much the standard Martin scale, so it's slightly longer than most L00s. I don't remember exactly if they're about 25 otherwise, but I made it like this. I think it works out really nicely.
It sounds beautiful.
It sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds mellow and beautiful.
It's really good. Mahogany is the way to go, kind of thing. So just like I mentioned before, I'm into the Gibson style, so this is a J45 slope shoulder. Pretty much standard. I think the scale length is pretty much what they're using, 24.9, maybe they have a slightly different scale. Once again, it's the headstock of the old Gibsons, the beautiful headstocks. I just love that. So yet another time, it's a bit of an homage to the Gibsons. Actually, I didn't mention anything about the sunburst, but I'm actually a sucker for the old Gibson sunbursts, which are quite dark, some of them. So I try to somehow get the touch of the old Gibson even at that end. This one, same as the other one, it's an Honduran mahogany back and sides, some old wood also, 25-30 years old. Same with the neck, ebony fretboard, probably Indian fretboard, I'm not 100% sure, but I have lots of ebony from India laying around in the workshop. This is the way it sounds. I try to get that deep bass, that beautiful deep bass that you have in the old vintage instruments. It's difficult to get it without kind of sacrificing the treble in the middle. Talking about Gibsons before, I had the L00 and the J45, and now we're back to where I pretty much started the influences of Martin. So this is an OM style. Once again, mahogany. Actually, the first OM I make in mahogany, same as the other ones, old Honduran mahogany. I love mahogany. It's a fantastic wood. It gives that beauty that you rarely get from Brazilian rosewood. You get a lot of other characters which are absolutely fantastic, but mahogany, at the end, it's the winner somehow. It's an OM 25/4 scale, headstock material, ebony from Cameroon, waverly tuners, sunburst, kind of like in the old style Martin Gibson. Message, right? Thank you so much for watching, and if you're more interested in my instruments, take a look at VintageandRare. I'm sure you'll find lots of stuff there, and hopefully you'll enjoy checking my instruments out.